Hello everyone and welcome back to the podcast. In today's episode, we are focusing on a skill that's often overlooked but incredibly important in the workplace: how to prepare for a meeting properly. We've all experienced meetings that felt unproductive, unfocused, or even really not a very good use of time. In many cases, the problem is never really the meeting itself, it's the lack of preparation for the participants. When you take time to prepare effectively, meetings become more efficient and decisions are clearer. Your contributions carry more weight. Good preparation not only saves time but also positions you as organized, reliable, and professional. And this is even better if such a skill is embraced by all the team members in your organization or your business. So today we'll walk through practical tips you can take before a meeting, during the meeting, and even after the meeting to ensure you get the most out of it. Let's start with the foundation, understanding why the meeting is happening in the first place. Before you attend any meeting, ask yourself, what is the objective? Is it to make a decision? Is it to share updates? Is it to solve a problem or to brainstorm ideas? When the purpose of a meeting is clear, everything else becomes easier, from how you prepare to how you contribute. If the meeting invitation includes an agenda, review it carefully. The agenda is a roadmap for the meeting, so it should tell you what will be discussed, and it should tell you where then you should focus your attention as you prepare. Also, take note of who will be attending. Knowing the participants helps you understand different perspectives in the room and anticipate the direction of the discussion or the conversation that will ensue. If information isn't clear, that is, you're not clear on the purpose of a meeting, you're not clear on probably who will be there, the objectives, the expectations, do not hesitate to ask for clarification beforehand. A quick check can save time and prevent confusion during and after the meeting. Once you understand the purpose, the next step is preparation and organization. Start by reviewing any relevant documents. This could be reports, minutes from the previous meeting, or background material pertaining to the objective or the purpose of the meeting. Walking into a meeting without this context can leave you unprepared, and generally you'll feel less confident to contribute in the meeting, in the proceedings of the meeting. Next, prepare your key points. And under these, you want to ask yourself, 1, what do I need to contribute in this meeting? 2, what are the questions that need to be answered in this meeting? Are there any such questions, information that will be sought after by the participants? What are the questions that need to be answered? Then you want to ask yourself, are there decisions I need to influence in this meeting? Once you have these 3 questions, you are able to prepare your key points ahead of the meeting. It is helpful to jot these down so that you don't forget them during the meeting. Also, set a clear personal goal. For example, your goal might be to get an approval on a proposal or a budget, clarify a timeline maybe, or simply gain better understanding of a project or something that's probably going on in the organization. Then do not overlook logistics, especially for virtual meetings, which many people just many times will just log in right at the moment. But it's important that you are keen to organize your logistics in such cases. Make sure you know the time of the meeting and that you join promptly. And then make sure your internet connection is stable. Try your microphone and camera to make sure they are working, just in case probably you will need to use them during the meeting. And ensure you have all the necessary documents accessible. These small steps prevent unnecessary disruptions and help the meeting run smoothly. Then there is effective communication and participation. Preparation doesn't stop when the meeting starts. How you participate matters just as much. So first, practice active listening. Focus on what others are saying instead of thinking about your response. This helps contribute more meaningfully. Then take brief notes during the meeting, especially on key decisions, key action points, and important insights that come up in the course of the meeting. When speaking, aim to be clear and concise. Stick to the point, avoid going off topic, and respect the timelines that have been set for the meeting. It is also important to contribute in a way that is constructive and respectful. Even when you disagree, frame your input professionally. And one way you could do this is by asking questions or offering alternatives rather than outrightly dismissing other people's ideas. Remember, effective participation is not about speaking the most in a meeting, it's about adding value in that meeting. After the meeting, your role isn't over. Follow-up is critical. Start by reviewing your notes and identifying the key decisions that were made, the action points agreed upon, the deadlines that were agreed upon in the meeting. If necessary, you could even share a brief summary with the relevant participants to ensure that everyone is aligned on the next course of action. If you have been assigned tasks, take ownership and act on them promptly. This builds trust and reliability. If something is unclear, follow up early enough rather than waiting until it becomes a problem or until there is a missing link in the work or in the tasks that were supposed to be done after the meeting. Strong follow-up ensures that meetings actually lead to results, not just discussions. So to wrap up, preparing for a meeting effectively comes down to a few key steps. And one of them is understanding the purpose of the meeting. Secondly, planning and organizing in advance. Third, participating effectively and professionally. And finally, following up with clarity and accountability. When you approach meetings this way, they become more productive and your presence becomes more impactful in any meeting. Thank you for tuning in. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on professional development and workplace success. My name is Julia Irongo and this is brought to you by JPent Company Limited. Until next time.